Get to you. Aaron?
How you feeling after this one?
I feel blessed. I feel so happy for Sharon Moore because the building really rallied around him these last 2 weeks. And I'll die a happy man somewhere.
On the right, Anthony?
Biff, there were a lot of seemed self-inflicted wounds. What did it mean to your team to be able to fight through that and message that stuff moving forward?
Well, these kind of games can produce self-inflicted wounds. I mean, that's a good football team, right? We're on the road. We have a very young team, believe it or not. And so you're going to get some of that. But to answer the second part of your question, it is another huge learning experience from this game for our team, which they will take and they will learn from, just like they did at Oklahoma.
On the left here in the red?
Hey, Coach. Congrats on the win. Just how would you assess your defense today? Obviously, 7 sacks on Dylan Raiola, but just overall, what did you see out of them that was consistent and enabled them to be that successful?
To be what, successful?
As far as the defense is concerned,
Oh.
how they were able to make those sacks and do other plays.
Yeah, Wink Martindale was incredible. His game plan was unbelievable. And he's a tactician. He was calling stuff out on the sideline before it was snapped. And our team, they love to go get the quarterback. And I thought they did an unbelievable job in the run game. I believe we held them to under 50 rushing, right?
Yes.
Which in a Big Ten game away, that's kind of good, I think.
On the right, Chris?
Can you talk about how the guys rallied after the halftime mishap or going into the half, and what happened on the Hail Mary there?
What happened at half? What's
Yeah,
that?
with the Hail Mary and going into the
Oh,
half, do you think you should
yeah.
have called the timeout there?
You know, sometimes those things happen. What's most important is how do you respond from them. And at halftime, I called them up before we went on the field, and I told them, I said, yeah, I know it's 17-17, but physically, we're beating the snot out of them. And we're turning this into a heavyweight fight. And that's going to be to our big advantage in the second half, and I think it was.
On the right, Austin?
Biff, what did you see on some of those explosive runs, especially from the offensive line, because that group had been challenged?
I think Grant Newsom's done a great job with the offensive line. And, you know, if you were look at the tape last year, you know, and then you look at the tape this year, it's significantly better. And that's a young group, too. And we have injuries there. But I thought Grant did a great job, and I thought those kids played their hearts out. And we rushed for what, Dave?
280.
What?
What is it? 286. 286.
286, which is a lot of rushing yards in this league on the road.
Aaron?
On that note, what is it about Justice that makes him break those big runs? And that's what he's 3rd or 4th this year already.
He has good vision, and he has excellent acceleration. And as you see, I mean, we've played at some really good places with good, fast secondary players here in Oklahoma, and he has finishing speed.
In the gray shirt?
Coach, congrats. You rushed, I think you averaged over 8 a carry today, 7 sacks. When you dominate the trenches like that, is it execution or is it a mindset?
Well, it's both, right? I mean, you have to be able to execute, but you can execute all you want. This is a game that's not played on a blackboard. This game is played on the field between men, and it's a mindset. This team's building a really, I think, Michigan mindset.
In the front, Tony?
Yeah, Biff, just if you could assess Bryce Underwood's play today and through 2 games on the road, tougher teams seem to slow him down a little more.
Oh, well, I wouldn't go down that path, honestly. I thought he played look, we had some drops, some key drops. He made some excellent throws. He made some excellent runs. The thing you don't see is his poise and leadership in the huddle and on the sideline. And I'm not exaggerating. There was not a doubt in anyone's mind on our sideline at any point that we weren't winning that game, and he was a big part of that.
The back right, John.
How important was Ernest's performance today, and were there any extra emotions for him?
How
important was Ernest's performance today, and were there any extra emotions for him?
Ernest. They weren't
Oh,
letting him
Ernest.
play anything extra.
I thought Ernest played his heart out, and you know, Ernest used to be here, and this was a very important game to him. He played a lot of snaps, and he played his heart out, and he'll be. I think what do they say? Those who laugh loudest. So I think he feels good about that.
On the left, Sean.
Biff, the tackle on third down right before the half, I think it was with 13 seconds left, when you didn't call a timeout, did you get stuck in a cat and mouse a little bit, thinking they were just gonna run the clock out, or what was the thinking through that?
We conferred on that, and we thought it was the best thing for the team to do that. We did not think they were gonna call a timeout. However, you know, thinking about it, maybe we could have called a timeout and gotten the back end set up better. I mean, we had plenty of players there. There were plenty of players. They were in position. You know, the kid made a great play.
Woman in the back.
We've seen Justice obviously break out for quite a few long running touchdowns so far this year, but for Jordan to also get his, like, what did it take for him to get to this moment now and have that long touchdown himself?
Yeah, they're different backs. Jordan's a bigger, stronger back, but also, as you saw today, has breakaway speed. And Jordan has been so selfless in the locker room. And, you know, Justice has gotten more reps, Jordan has played, but he is a guy, you know, in future years, he has captain material written all over him, and he just does whatever you ask him. So everybody was really proud of him and happy for him.
Alejandro.
Biff, what made today the right game for Rod Moore to return, and what were your reactions to seeing him take the field?
Well, you know, I don't, as far as the right game, it was our medical people decided it was the right game, and in conjunction with Rod. So he's worked really hard. I think over 16 months or 18 months, he's worked really hard. And it makes no sense to put a player in if he's not ready to go. And he's ready to go. He came up and gave me a huge hug before the game was over, by the way, which was a bit annoying because we still had to kneel it out. But he said, I'm so happy that my first game back is a Big Ten game, a Big Ten win. I'm very happy for that young guy.
I'm going to finish up with two more and bring the players in. Angelique.
Biff, a lot of the players were saying during the week this would be a statement game. What do you think the statement was today?
The statement was, I think, multifaceted. First of all, it was, we love our coach, right? He's our coach for a reason. He recruited the team, he prepares the team. That was the first statement. And then the second statement was, there's this narrative going around that we can't win on the road. And that was a statement. And a little bit of a narrative like, hey, if it's a really lively, hard place to play, we kind of, you know, we're not finishing those games. And I think a lot of that was a statement today.
Last question, Chris.
Looked like Greg Crippen had a couple blocks on the long runs that really sprung guys. Can you just talk about his play and those big ones and how that helped?
Greg Crippen had his best week of practice all week. I thought he was probably the leader of the offense this week in practice. And he played his best game, and it was really important.
Good way to end, because Greg Crippen's right behind us and coming in.
If I had known you were back there, I'd have said something meaner.